bring me up to speed with what transpired at the courts some moments ago.
All right, thank you very much. Well, the court was gracious enough to grant them bail on very liberal terms. Now, having granted bail, the correctional officers moved some of the detainees back to Kuje prison, whereas Sowore was allowed to remain behind so as to fulfill his bail condition because his shorty was already on ground. While the shorty was fulfilling the bail condition, a policeman came around claiming that he has a remand order. Sowore was sitting under this mango tree here, claiming he has a remand order to detain Sowore. And Sowore was like, "Show me the order you have." He brought out a piece of paper, flashed it. Sowore said, "Wait, let me read it. Let me be sure it relates to me." The policeman squeezed the paper, put it in his pocket, and said Sowore should move. Sowore said he can't go anywhere unless he sees the remand order. While they were still talking, the next thing, all the policemen in the environment, more than 100 of them, came into this court compound, surrounded this mango tree where we were all sitting. And the next thing is, they grabbed Sowore by the neck. Some were holding his shirt, some were holding his leg. You know, they were rough handling him. They pushed him until they crashed into this woman's food shop. I don't know what to call it, where he sells food. This is his table. Okay, let me show you. That's the woman's table. They broke it, fell her way, scattered everything. The woman is there. They destroyed her properties for no just cause. Sowore was not resisting going. He said, "Show me the order you claim that you have, and I will follow you." But the man did not show the order. He just flashed a piece of paper like this so that you can't read it, and then squeezed it and put it in his pocket, and they all bundled him into their vehicle. One of the lawyers, Tope, was injured. If you check his hand, he's injured. Blood was coming out. His bib, this white thing we wear on the neck, was stained with blood. All of us, we ran away. And then the funny thing is that there was a guy who was a lawyer. He was making a call here. They say he was filming them. They also bundled him into their vehicle and left. And they refused anybody from bringing out their phones. If they saw you with phone, they grab you and throw you into their vehicle. So I want to find out really from Nigeria and from the Inspector General of Police. Sowore said that you are a retired police officer. You are not qualified to be Inspector General. Sort it out with him in court. Why send your men to brutalize him whenever he raises that issue outside? Why do you send your men to brutalize? Because that is the essence of that brutality you saw. It was as if there's something personal between the police officers and Sowore. I don't think it was just because there's a remand order. I think there's something deep personal, and they really want to show him that they can deal with him anyhow and anywhere. That's what I saw here.
Yes, sir. Can you tell us what transpired?
So I came in here. At that point, Sowore was sitting right there, and with his lawyers and a few people, they were standing right behind. And you know, all of a sudden, some guy shows up with a white kaftan, and he had a white hat on, and another guy had a brown kaftan on, and he just said, "Oh, something like, I guess he had to cut some kind of remand order or something like that." And then they said, "Show us the order." The man had in his pocket. He said, "No." First of all, he came and said, "No filming me here. Everybody, shut your camera down." As he was talking, his militarized police were all over the place. He said, "Anybody film here, we'll arrest him." I think they took somebody in the back. I wasn't privy to that. But you know, and then they said, "Show us the court order." He had the thing in his pocket. He's like, "See, I'm here. See, I'm here." The lawyer said, "Let us see what do you want to take him to." And all of a sudden, boom, they just bundled him, run him over this woman's table. Just so total toggery, unnecessary. These are police officers. Is that how you run the show?
Because of the kind of chaotic way that the Nigerian police force conducted themselves in these premises today. So this is an abuse of the powers of the police. And then it was not only Mr. Sowore that was affected in this chaos that the police demonstrated here today. Lawyers were affected. Lawyers were injured. Lawyers were arrested. Ordinary Nigerians who wanted to capture the experience of what was happening today were arrested and bundled out of this place simply for videoing the situation with their phone. People who were trading were beaten and their goods were destroyed in these premises today. Lawyers who came to represent a lawyer who came to represent the client here today was arrested because he was calling his client and said, "Okay, court is now sitting. Where are you now?" They bundled him away that nobody should use phone because the police were in the premises and they were afraid of being videoed or being captured on tape because of the manner they were conducting themselves. So
When the wicked are in power, the people mourn, the people weep. There's a scripture in the Bible that says that. Nigeria is currently governed by oppressive, thug minded thinking people. Nigeria is in the hands of people who are oppressive to the people. And that's why Nigeria is mourning. Nigerians are weeping. This Tinubu's government is an oppressive government. This APC government is an oppressive government. And this Inspector General of Police is an oppressive, a tyrant to Nigerians. But he has one job. One job, as a Moele Shore said over and over, as illegal as he is, he has one job. Enforce everything that concerns Tinubu. Hunt Nigerians, hunt them down. As long as they're speaking against this government of lawlessness and oppression, this government will lock them up. And Egbetokun is the enforcer. And this illegal Inspector General Police has found a way to turn Nigeria police, very fine people, into a group of thugs who will go hound up Nigerians, lock them up, jail them without recourse. Egbetokun needs to understand something. His days of reckoning is coming. His days are numbered because at some point, he would not be Inspector General of Police anymore. At some point, his time will pass. At some point, he will become an ordinary citizen like every single Nigerian. And that's the time Nigerians will look at him. Even the police that he is using to enforce his illegality, those ones will look at him and spit at him. Because Egbetokun is a disgrace to the Nigerian police. Even his own people understand the same thing. Again, I said this. Tinubu's government is a lawless government. This APC government is a lawless government. We've seen how they pick and choose what law they enforce and they pick and choose what law they want to follow. And the Nigerian judiciary has become a part and parcel of the compromise of illegality that they show in display to Nigerians every day. I say this again, when the wicked are in power, the people mourn. But when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. Remember the reign of Abacha. Remember the reign of Abacha when Abacha was in power. It was absolute fear in the hearts of Nigerians. Nigerians wept because we couldn't speak, we couldn't talk. Nigerians weep because Nigerians were afraid to criticize the military government. When Abacha left, when Abacha died, Nigerians rejoiced all across the nation because terror just passed, even for that one moment. That tells you the difference when evil is in power and when good reigns. And what we have right now is the reigning of evil and terror in our nation. These eyewitness reports from 3 different people have shown and recounted of how the human rights of Nigerians are breached. Again, everybody is a victim when terror is in town. Everybody is a victim when evil is in town. When APC got into town, Nigerians realized at that point in time we're in the reign of terror. The woman selling the food did not realize that one day she will come and become a victim of this system today. Do you know how much it takes to raise the money that she needs to raise to buy the food so she can cook and give to these prison officers? Make some profit so she can raise and our children correctly. In a country where the government does not care for its people. But yet she has become a victim. The food that she was selling thrown to the ground, a table destroyed, and the police officers gone. That's the reign of terror. Omoyele Sowore speaking up against this illegality of this illegal Inspector General of Police is also a victim. The lawyer who was making that phone call, also a victim. He was just making a phone call to his own client, come to court, and he was hounded, impounded, and put in the car or in the van and driven away. Now, somewhere no one knows where it's gone to. The same thing for others who were just trying to video what was going on, jailed. At every given point in time, when terror is in town, everybody is a victim. And that's what you're saying. And even the police officers who they're using to do these dirty jobs, they're also victims. Because if they were paid well, raised well, given the right training, they won't be doing this. They would have spoken up for themselves, but because they are also made to depend on the illegality of the system, they are also a victim because they need to go back home and examine themselves and think, what have I done today? But because Oga wants it, they have to do it. Everybody is a victim to corruption. Everybody is a victim to wickedness and to terror. We are under an oppressive government right now. This Tinubu's government is an oppressive government, not one by the people, because it is how you get power. That's how you sustain it. Because you know you didn't get the power by the people. Because Tinubu understands that the people rejected him. He will meet evil on the people, as you've seen. Nigerians are weeping from day one when he became president. And today, 2 years plus and counting, Nigerians are still weeping under the hands of tyranny and terror. What a state we've found ourselves in. So this illegal IG of police is doing the bidding of his master. He's doing the impunity and the thuggery of his master, Bola Tinubu. Egbetokun, as I said, has one job, and one job to be the enforcer for Bola Tinubu. He said it before, how his life changed when he met Bola Tinubu. So he holds his allegiance to Tinubu, not to Nigeria. After all, to him, what has Nigeria done for him anyway? Again, when evil is in town, everybody is a victim. Let me remind all of you today, it's not just about Amole Shore. It's about also all Nigerians. Because your brother, your sister, your friend might be in the hands of these police officers. Your brother, your sister, your friend might be the one kidnapped. So for us to get rid of this government, we have to be ready for 2027 to make sure that we don't allow them rig them with their ways back again in. Because if they do, we will not be able to restore the social contract we have with ourselves and our family and a legitimate government. The consequences of that is there will be a complete disconnect between Nigerians and the government. And that's what we've seen. You see this widespread civil unrest? If we don't stop it, they are rigging. It will continue. And there will be national instability, as you've seen. There will be no respect for rule of law. You have the same corrupt politicians fly on private jets out of the country while their children are also enjoying with them. But ordinary Nigerians suffer. For us to rebuild Nigeria and our international reputation and attract the right sort of investment that we want, we must get rid of these corrupt politicians and these evil that we brought on ourselves by allowing corruption to take Nigeria hostage. We must salvage our dignity and have Nigerians, especially our youth, a future for the future. Because as you see, there's no future for Nigeria right now because we're led by the same people who destroyed the nation. They cannot rebuild it for us. We must make sure that we have the right people so we can put a system that upholds one person, one vote, which is the bedrock of democracy. That's how we can get rid of these people. Again, like I said, evil is in town. Everybody is a victim. Egbetokun does not hold his allegiance to Nigerians. His allegiance is to Bola Tinubu and to APC, not to Nigeria. So don't expect anything else from Egbetokun. He's doing exactly what he's being retained to do. So don't expect anything else. Anyone who speaks against him, they have the court they will bend it to their will until they make Nigerians sure. See, before I stop this conversation today, Omoyele Sowore is an example of how they want to silence Nigerians. Think about it from that perspective. How they will silence Nigerians from speaking because they have appointed to say, if we can do this to Yele Sowore, we can do it to you. That's why we must not give up. So it's not just about Yele Sowore today. It's about every single Nigerian. Again, like I said, Nigeria is in the hands of oppressive government. The people in power act like thugs, oppressors of the people, and they make the people weep. When the wicked are in power, the people weep. But when righteousness reigns again over our nation, the nation will prosper. So if you're wondering why Nigeria is not prospering the way we should be prospering, it's because we don't have righteous people reigning over our nation. So, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you think this is about Shawari alone, or do you think it's about Nigerians? Do you agree with what has happened with this government? Put that in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Put your comment in the comment section. Recommend this channel to others. But make your voice count because Nigerians are depending on you. God bless you as always. Bye bye for now.